Welcome back, Benchwarmers. Week 7 is in the books in the NFL, and the Blueprint crew is back to see how everything unfolded for our team.
I was begging for a win this week, and we're here to see if everything went as planned with Nando's team.
Well, the way I see things, we can look at life as a glass half full instead of a glass half empty.
We lost, didn't we?
Yeah, that sounds like a nap. I'm Brendan, praying for a trade.
I'm Corey, wide receivers needed.
I'm Nando. I could have done better than Devontae, and this is our view from the bench.
Before we get started, if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss any one of the new episodes.
Also, if you could please do us the favor, if you like what you see or hear, please don't forget to smash that like button.
Smash it for us, come on, it's free. It's free for you, it's free for us, helps out the channel a lot more than you probably feel.
Hell yeah.
Gentlemen, I wish we were getting together today, celebrating a dub. However, we are not.
Yeah.
We took the L, unfortunately. Nando, I have a question for you. Our team looked pretty good going into it, right? If you had to pick maybe just one of the positions on a football field where we are lacking, which one would you pick?
Tight end.
Tight end. You're a fucking liar. We are Brock Bowers. It's, of course, wide receiver. Thank you for messing up my line when you could have just gone with it and helped out.
Receivers.
Thank you, Corey. Wide receivers. We are hurting on wide receivers because both of ours got a combined like 5 points this week. So that was fan-freaking-tastic. It wasn't that good, man. We'll throw the matchup on the board here. And if you look at it, honestly, dude, it wasn't that bad of a week, bro. Burrow was maybe, below his projections for a quarterback. But other than that, everybody was pretty much like, I don't know, hitting what they needed to hit. Except for the position that we lack, Corey. What the fuck, man? Honestly, we kind of just picked wrong this time, but like, what do we do?
I don't know. It seems like every guy we pick up either gets injured right away or has like one good game. And we're like, oh, maybe they figure something out. So we pull him in. He has 2 bad games and we're right back into the waiver wire scraps. Like that's literally the only position we struggle in. This week we struggled in defense, but that's because, Chicago was on a bye, so we had no choice. Right. But otherwise, yeah, the wide receiver position has just murdered us all season. And it really sucks because with a PPR, they're kind of important role. And by not having any good ones, we're really losing out on some opportunity.
Yeah, that's honestly very well said. I don't know how else to say it besides the fact that that's completely accurate. Nando, running backs came through like they were supposed to. Brock Bowers doing Brock Bowers things, as always, with his 14 points. But we even looked at it. We had a couple receivers, Jordan Addison, Brian Thomas, that we had on the bench. And we did end up picking the wrong defense. But like too many things had to have gone perfect for us to even win this game. And you and Corey were pretty sold on Devontae the whole time. Yep. How do you feel about your decision being very adamant about playing Adams this week?
I stand strong by it still. I know we lost, but it was a good thought process. They just picked him up. They paid lots of money for him. He has to show something or else, they're going to toss him in a worse slot, and he's probably not going to get as much showtime, and he's just going to sit there, do nothing for his team again. It's like another 4 weeks of injury, but it didn't work out for us.
The Jets were playing for their lives, are playing for their lives. We figured him and A-Rod would have a good game. They didn't have to necessarily win the game. We just wanted Adams to have a good day. Like, I don't care if the Jets win, but if him and Rodgers were back together, I thought...
One touchdown, 50 yards?
Yeah, they'd be all stoked, and that'd be like his main focus early to get him going and see if they could kind of work on their rapport from years past and being in Green Bay together, but it just never happened.
No. Not at all. So that kind of sucks. But, it is what it is. We have now officially lost this week to the one person that we didn't want to lose. But sometimes, bro, when you play cheaters, you lose. So it is what it is.
Yep.
But what we're trying to do is move forward on a more even, fair note. And we're attempting to try to do a trade of our own. Now, we're going to be, like I said at the beginning, a little bit more fair. But as Nando missed and as Corey stated, we need wide receiver help. So here we are making a trade. Nando, break down the trade for me. Who we trading with? What we looking for?
Alrighty. I'm allowed to say this one. We're trading with my brother for Amari Cooper.
Hopefully.
We're trying to trade him for Chuba Hubbard, which is, a good back of ours. But if we can get more wide receiver help, we have enough coverage running back wise, and we're especially going to see more action with James Cook, I believe, pretty soon. Am I wrong to say that?
No, I don't think so.
Got injured.
Yeah, but even if not, we got Kareem Hunt and Kyron Williams, and we got freaking
we got potential everywhere. What we always need is wide receivers, as I should have said earlier, and just hoping that this trade goes through. Technically, our back is projected to do, I think, like it was about 2 points more throughout the rest of the weeks than Amari Cooper is. So it's a pretty relatively fair trade. It's just a different position.
And he doesn't have bad running backs. To add to your point, everything you said, I completely agree with, by the way. Well done. I love how much you're learning about this shit. It's awesome to see. And the only thing I would add is he doesn't have bad backs, but he doesn't have the best backs. He's got a ton of wide receiver help, and bye weeks are starting to roll in. He's going to need somebody. And with Chuba Hubbard having a really late bye week, is somebody that he can roll in while in the middle of some of his backs might be having bye weeks in the middle of the season. So we're trying to make it as fair as possible. We're not trying to rip anybody off, but we do need help, man. We do need help. So that one's pending right now. Corey, do you think that helps a little bit? I mean, Amari Cooper going to a place where the quarterback can actually throw the ball is always helpful, unlike where he was just at in Cleveland. This is pretty big, bro, if it happens, right?
Yeah, big time. I mean, Allen, they lost. They traded Stephon Diggs. They lost Gabe Davis in free agency. Like, he's had no weapons, and Buffalo's still been playing really well. And Allen specifically actually has been playing really well. So now that he has a real weapon and somebody he can trust and go to as his, I mean, hopefully take the top off the top a couple times and get some big plays going and get Buffalo some big. I mean, the AFC East is kind of theirs to lose with Tua being out for so long. The Dolphins have been struggling, so Allen is kind of set up to win that division. And now with another weapon, hopefully, it not only helps the Buffalo Bills, but it helps the blueprint. Let's get some dubs.
Yeah, we need the trade to go through. Obviously, we don't have Amari Cooper. We're just hoping for Amari Cooper. But I mean, I love the pickup if it's something that we could get. And I agree with you. I think Amari Cooper's kind of underrated, bro. I think a lot of people just, I mean, they know how good he can be, but I feel like he's been lost in like weird situations. He was with the Raiders and then the Cowboys, and then he's with the Browns. I mean, he's never on like one of those perennial teams where you're just like, oh, this is it right now. The last time he was, it was Alabama. So, I mean, it's been a minute since he's been on a team where you're just constantly winning. So, it'll be good to see him, and hopefully we get him. So, I guess we'll see how that goes. But that's pretty much that one. I know one thing that Nando's been trying to do is find a backup. What position are you looking for? Because we know the bye weeks will be coming up.
QB.
That's right. So we're finally going to try to pick one up. We'll throw on the board right here the waiver wire. This is the only person we're trying to pick up. Honestly, we're kind of getting it down to the parts of the season where there's not a lot left on the waiver wire. We're just trying to fill in spots, and we have, besides wide receiver, a pretty good team. So we're okay with it. But we got to nitpick a little bit, kind of fine-tune it. Burrow's bye week's going to be coming up. And so who are we trying to pick up, Nando?
So this next week, we are trying to pick up a lovely QB from... We're trying to pick up from Pittsburgh, sorry. Yes. Russell Wilson. I don't know why that name was... I had to pull it up because I didn't know the name. It was just tripping on me. I had the Wilson part, but Russell just... didn't want to come out. But yeah, we're trying to pick up Russell Wilson. We immediately are getting rid of New Orleans defense because they suck for us. We should have picked up Cincinnati, like Corey thought of.
Yeah, it's all. Wasn't the only thing that got us, guys. It's
you can't predict everything.
No, that's right.
This is fantasy.
Exactly. So that's who we're going for. Russell actually had a pretty freaking good game yesterday against a good Jets secondary. They're not as good as they were last year, I don't think, but they're still top 5, top 10 minimum in the league. So I think it was a pretty good showing for his first outing. Their only game besides last week against the Raiders of over 30 points this year. And they had 37. The last game was 32. So they barely eclipsed 30, and they had almost 40 this game, first game for Russell Wilson under center. I watched the game. Did you watch the game, Corey?
No, honestly, I didn't get to watch anything. I
watched most of it probably, and he looked good, dude. I'm not saying he looks like Super Bowl Russell Wilson, but he looked really good, man. He looked way better than Denver. He looked like he was in control, and he was hitting hits and throws that I know Justin Fields couldn't make. So yeah, that's who we're going for to kind of fill in. And honestly, maybe he becomes an every week by week. They need to win, and they have a better team. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
We're gonna need a lot of W's, and if like you said, Burrow, the bye week for sure will help. But if Burrow starts going back into a struggle like he was early, at least we know hopefully Russell's kind of figures some things out in Pittsburgh. But also it could be it's his first game there, and there's going to be some film on him now, so we'll see how he does moving forward.
Very true. Yeah, very true. Because Justin Fields is so different. It's not like the game plan could be the same. To your point, good point. But if anybody can stop him, it'd probably be the Jets. So we'll see. All right, moving on to this week's matchup. We'll throw that up on the board here. This one, we're playing somebody that's around the same record as us. Did they win this week, Nando?
This week, let me confirm.
Because right now they're 3-3, and we're 4-2. We've already lost this week, so we're going to be moving to 4-3. And if they've won, they will also be at 4-3. So did they win? Go ahead.
No, they lost this week. A whopping 44 points.
Oh, because they had everybody out. That's right. This guy wasn't paying attention. Well, I'm hoping he's not paying attention again this week because we'll take a freebie because we need it.
Q's and O's up there on the screen, so that's good.
Mm-hmm. It's a good start. Yeah, it's a good start. But if not, he's actually projected pretty well. If everybody plays, the only position that he's got is the backup running back position in the secondary because he has two Colts running backs on the board. Their starter and Jonathan Taylor and the backup. I don't know why he's playing both, but to each their own. It's not my team. Hopefully he plays well this week. I'll take it. But that's probably going to change. So this is what it looks like right now. Also, we have New Orleans defense there. Not sure why that wasn't switched, but we're definitely dropping them. We're going to be putting Chicago defense in. Make sure you check back into the episode towards the end of the week. I think it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday. So that way you can see the updated, whether or not the trade went through, whether or not we got what we got from the waiver wire, and our updated matchup for week 2. Anything you're nervous about here, Nando? From their team and or from our team?
I'm not as nervous this week. I'm looking at his team, especially even right now.
Nothing crazy.
I am worried about maybe if we keep Burrow this week, then Jamar Chase, of course, can pop off with him. So it's it's going to balance out. But looking at the full team, not too worried. And he has a defense that's hit negatives a few times, so it's possible it'll happen again against New England.
Yeah, probably not, but it's possible.
But if you pay attention, he got Jalen Hurts, Cooper Kupp, and Detroit defense to bring things out here.
So he has Jalen Hurts?
I was going to say, I assume he's going to put Hurts in because Daniels is going to be out with the ribs thing. So
most likely out, yeah. Which is who they play Cincinnati. Shit. Damn, the Bengals defense sucks. That sucks. All right, well, I mean, hey, anything's possible. It's fantasy football, right?
If anything, that means there's a high-scoring game, and Burrow's got to throw a lot of touchdowns too. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's true.
Benefit us in a weird way.
Yeah, that's true. It could, but as long as he's not throwing it to Jamar Chase, then we're having a great day.
Yeah. Throw it to everybody else. Jamar Chase can on the sideline. Just stay over there.
Yeah. One thing that we might actually pull up, and again, check back it later in the week, is I know Nick Chubb is working his way back from injury. He scored a touchdown in his first game back in the NFL for over a year now, I think, because I'm pretty sure he got hurt really early in the season last year. So good to see Nick Chubb back. Hopefully he gets a full week of practice in, and we could get – they're switching quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson should be out for the year. So hopefully the offense just changes differently because they were terrible. And hopefully new quarterback – granted, nobody's going to be as good as Deshaun. Deshaun sucks, so it's kind of hard to live up to. But new running back in the thing, quarterback change, hoping for some changes over there in Cleveland. Yep. Corey, anybody that we need to bank on this week that you see that we need to this guy needs to do work. First person I'm looking at is Kyron, bro.
Well, yeah, he's been doing work, but the fact that they're playing on Thursday, it's a quick turnaround for the Rams. That's a little worrisome for me. But yeah. I honestly, I think it's Burrow. And the fact that you mentioned that they might be in a shootout game, I think kind of benefits us in the long run. Just like you said, hopefully doesn't throw a lot of touchdowns to Jamar Chase, throws it to everybody else and get the big win.
Yeah, I'm with you. Burrow's carried us through 1 week. I think he had 30-something points. But other than that, I wouldn't say liability besides week 1 and 2. No. But he hasn't been helpful. Getting 15 to 20 points is not. That's what my running back does, bro. I need 30 points from my quarterback. So, yeah, that's a good one. He needs to step it up a little bit. All right, cool. Sure. Well, that's kind of what we look like going into the week. Again, make sure you check back up and let us know. If you think we're gonna win, let us know down in the comments if you think this trade is fair, because we think it's kind of fair. Hoping it goes through. Also, you guys thinking Russell Wilson's going to pop off? I'm hoping so, because Joe Burrow's kind of average right now.
We need it.
Any last thoughts, gentlemen?
Let's get that win.
I wish Devontae was back on the Raiders.
Relax. It's 1 week. It's going to be fine. It's going to be better. Plus, that means because then we don't have 2 receivers on the Raiders. We got Bowers and Adams on the other. You got Bowers, bro. You got the best receiver on the Raiders already. What are you talking about? He's not even a receiver, but he's a tight end. So. Anyways, let us know again down in the comments below. Is that an even trade? Should we pick up Russell? And how's your team doing? We want to see how your fantasy team's doing. Thank you as always for joining us and seeing these from RV from the bench. I'm Brendan.
I'm Corey. Like we always say, enjoy the sports until we talk again.
Peace.
Love and positivity.
Love and positivity.
This was a Sycamore Fourth Studios production.